Hello, everybody. I know I've been away for a while, but I've been working tirelessly on editing the Broken Messiah novel. Um, we are wrapping up season one of Dark Library Stories soon. So we'll be taking a couple of weeks out to get more content and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been it's been hard work getting the channel sorted and doing the Broken Messiah edits because I had I think I've said this before. I have like a full novel of Broken Messiah, but you've only actually ever heard half of it on MCP's channel. So I had to run because I only had like a rough draft. In the writing process, for me personally, I sit down at the computer. I don't plan anything. I don't think of any particular storyline. I sit there, and by God's grace, it just comes to me, and I start writing it down. And I usually can get it out to a reasonable standard on the first draft, but then you've got to take a little time out, usually a couple of weeks, go back and take some stuff out, add some stuff in, that kind of thing. Um, and then after that, you run edits. So that's what I've been doing. I've been running the edits. I've been looking at it and thinking, right, okay, that sentence structure's a bit out, and I could explain myself a little better there, and that doesn't quite join where I wanted to join with the storyline. And so then you have to write a few more paragraphs. There's been times when I've been looking at a story and I've wiped out an entire character arc because it's just like it doesn't work and it blends together easier that way. So that's why I've been not making many videos for this channel lately, even though we keep picking up subscribers, which is great. I just wish they'd come across the Dark Library stories. That's what I might do. I might make this into Dark Library Stories and I'd have 658 subscribers for Dark Library Stories instead. Automatically just on. Um, but no, if you haven't come over to Dark Library Stories, please do come over to Dark Library Stories because, that's where there's more expression over there with my own stories. That's where you're going to get, the best from me over there. I mean, I'll still always put videos up on here of me just explaining things and chatting away and stuff. But it's like I said, I express myself more through my written word. I'm not massively good at this, at like talking on these videos. I'm quite an introverted person. I think a lot of writers are introverted, so you get more of me as a person if you're even interested in me as a person. I presume that if you are, but I don't think I'm anything special or anything. It's just, but if the real me, the more of me is in the stories. There's a little part of me in every character that I've ever written. Um, so that's how I express myself a lot, if that makes sense. So that's where I've been. Anyway, I've been editing Dark Library Stories. Um, that's right. I've been editing Dark Library just in my whole time. I've been editing Broken Messiah. And I've started a couple of new stories, but I haven't had a chance to get very far with them. I've started a new. I've never written werewolves for some reason. I don't know why. I've never written werewolves. Um, I always found I do. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big vampire fan, but I don't think it's for the same reasons that other people are vampire fans. I think some people find them sexy and edgy and that kind of stuff. That isn't what it is for me. I think if you've read The Family, you'll especially know. For me, it's the actual horror of immortality. Sorry, that I find so frightening with vampires. I couldn't think of anything. Having a family myself, Marius at the end of the family's dialoguing hard, and he's sort of expressing how he's watched like all his family die, everyone he ever loved die, every friend he ever made's vanished, and he just goes on and on and on. That's the true horror of vampirism for me. It's not about tearing people's throats open and sucking the blood or changing into wolves. I always found the vampire to be a very tragic, lonely character. And I think that's the horror of it. I think that's the real horror of vampirism. That loss, yet too afraid to die, but going on and on and on and on is I find it really horrific. I really do. I wouldn't want to live forever. Um, so yeah, that's why I write a lot of vampires. The tragedy in Werewolf is obviously the loss of control but I find it hard to tap into it as much. But I'm going to give it a try. So I'm actually now writing a story about werewolves that are killing a werewolf that is killing soldiers in a World War One trench in France. It's like he's drawn by the scent of all the death, and so he goes in and starts, and it's by these British soldiers getting together with these French and German soldiers for trying to kill it. It was my idea. I haven't written much. I've only written about 500 words because I've not had a lot of time. But like I said, season 1, the Dark Library's ending, so I might have a bit more time then for a bit more writing. I know my partner John, business partner John, is writing a new story in the style of Lovecraft, which I think he's really enjoying doing at the moment. And we got some of Dale and JT's at the Paranormal Activity Centre, which is our sort of take on Tales from the Gas Station, trying to do our own kind of comedy horror thing there. And I've read some of what John's written. I'm letting him take the lead on that one. It's his baby, really. If he wants me to write any of it, then I'll write it an episode or so for him if he wants me to. But he seems to be doing all right on his own right now. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what we've been doing. I got some more Broken Messiah. It's starting in season 2, which I know that a lot of people really want to see. But you'll have to bear with, because, like I've said before, for other people who've not read it, I can't just go in at where you're up to. So it'll be all of the episodes you've heard on Missing Creepypastas, so I'll have to come first, because it's not fair on people who've never heard it before. But anyway, I gotta go. I got things to do. It's Sunday. Family's waiting for me. If you've not subscribed to Dark Library Stories, for me, please go and subscribe over there. We're really small. We've only got 151 subscribers so far. We are doing everything in our power to improve, get better. We're very new to this. John is working exceedingly hard on getting all the volumes and the thing is correct. I think we've got the visuals down to a pat pretty well. Pretty good with the visuals, but yeah, I think John's voice is great. You know, so we're still working on settings and everything. It's hard work. There's a lot goes into it, surprisingly. So yeah, we are going to get better and better all the time. Please come across the Dark Library Stories and subscribe. For the people who've recently subscribed here, thank you very much for your subscription. I really appreciate you being here. Come across the Dark Library Stories too. Cheers, guys. I will speak to you soon.